What's happening, y'all? Greetings to everyone checking in. Thank you so much. Let me put that out right now. Thank you so much in advance for tuning in and giving me your time, in which time is indeed by far not just the not just a commodity, but to me, time is the most essential part of our life, our existence, because as was said in the movie Lucy, a beautiful movie, that time gives legitimacy to all things, right? Time gives legitimacy to all things and life thereof. And so now, I'm just coming with this video right now because, of course, I'm still on my walk, just as you are. Even if you're an artist, a poet, a rock, a band player, football player, basketball, everybody's still on a walk. Everybody's still on that journey, right? To perfection, that is. Let me be very factual here and thorough, because a lot of people like to say, well, nobody's perfect. Well, I would like to tell you and edify you right now, well, that duh, that's what we thrive in. Well, we ought to thrive for, is to become perfect. And it's a difficult task, and I think what makes it uh, its level or degrees of difficulty that there is probably due to the geographical areas of where we live, to which we have demographics. We don't take those things into consideration, brothers and sisters. We don't take that, oh, living on the South Coast, or living on the South or the North or the West or the East, you know, yeah, we can buy clothes and, you know, face up to the climate and, do what we do. I believe that we have been so degenerated, which is actually self-evident, especially in major cities here in America where blacks reside. Blacks, let me be more total here. But blacks, Latinos, in particular, blacks, Latinos, and some Indians live. Some, but mainly I would have to say blacks and Latinos throughout this nation. A lot of disparities, and there's still a lot of underdevelopment, which came by way of an arrested development, which is still prevalent and as existential. Indeed, it is. There's no doubt about it. I don't need to go into that right now because to me it should be self-evident. But it is what it is. I don't believe in just having deep sympathy and sorrow for people in those conditions. Merciful, yes. Understanding, yes. Because trust me when I tell you, brothers and sisters and people, is that there are many things to take into consideration, and you will learn that as you get more knowledgeable upon what this life here is about, which of course will, tie into where it is that you live. Because there's a government in every country, in every state, in every continent. There are government or governments. Let me be pluralistic in that sense. That yes, and so now we live and be subjected to the laws of the land thereof. And so I say, respectfully, of course, as we know, life is to be precious, okay, which also ties into the act of making life, the conception of life, and the inception of that male or female child coming on to the earth. Life is to be precious, right? So, well, We got to start asking some pertinent questions. A lot of us want to talk about melanin and spiritual, and we have something more to aspire to, which means we have more to learn. Because now we really have to get, we have to get very, very technical, y'all. I'm telling y'all. And to be open minded, rational, and, you know, thorough. Because, first of all, and the reason why things can get confusing because of the complexities of life. But think about this. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the omnipotent one, the holy creator, the universal God force, in which all things were created here on earth before humans even came into existence to put your feet upon the land from the architect's mind. Everything was created before we got here. Some people beg to differ. Well, I put it like this. This is how I know that's true, especially for those who know about the cosmic womb and yada, yada, yada. Well, when you were born, when you were coming out of the womb of your mother, in which I don't even got to get deep into that, but for those who know, all right? You came out of your mother. You first of all, you were in darkness. You were inside another human being. You were a seed that came by man. I'm just putting some brothers and sisters in remembrance thereof. That we are all the seeds of our Father. Okay, planted into the fertile soil. We refer to our woman as the earth. Ain't that right, brothers? All right. And so now, before that child, you and me as infants and babies, before we even knew what roses looked like, what a TV looked like, what our mother and father looked like, we were in the womb, and then what? She gave birth. And then we learned how to walk on what? The land. Aren't our elders gods, gods and goddesses of the earth? To a degree, respectfully, indeed, without doubt, unwaveringly. Are they not? Even Farrakhan said in one of his videos that the parents are the first intervention of God in the child's life. And that made perfect sense the moment I heard it. Sound right reasoning and discernment. Ding! So that's how I know. The creator don't make no mistakes. And so what? And so now all things was here before us. And we are looking to do what with this life? Being subjected to the laws of the land. Well, from the time that you came in onto this world, the battle starts. Because now it seems that, as far as I'm concerned, we have to get our babies ready. This is kind of like a concept here. Because with the prevalence of all this sexual deviance and wickedness out here, where we always been talking about love and music, and we've been hearing songs of hurt, songs of joy, clothes talking about this, that, and the third. Oh, let's integrate, and everything that took place in history. In addition to what we're trying to establish still today, in regards of love and peace and sanctification and a utopian nation or whatever. It's still not here. Still not here. So, I mean, look, man. I really get. I get lost sometimes, man, because it's just too much for the sober mind to cut through. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. But let me stay on track here. Let me try to stay on track. I guess this is why it's best to write things out. But yes, the universal God force doesn't make mistakes, as I said. Going into, or I left off before I even got into that, into what we ought to thrive for, which is perfection, because that's what we're here for, actually. Especially when a lot of us talk about that we were born in sin. But what are those sins? And I spoke about that in the previous video. What are those sins that we have to repent from and to atone? Hey, man, I can feel it in the air, man. There's a lot of fear out here amongst human beings. I can't stand it. I can't tolerate it. We shouldn't. And we shouldn't try to cope with it either. We need to reconcile our differences, become more aware of self, really get in touch with the Creator, and start living more happier. Of course, I'm speaking to myself here because I know there are some things that I'm continuing to experience because of my omissions. Because just as I was on the air train and on the bus, I had to give it up and talk to the folks, give them a piece of my mind, in which a lot of them looked over at me like I was crazy because people don't often do that. But I can sense, and I even said it like, you know, if I gotta fear another human being, then I don't want to be here because we're all humans. It's kind of awkward that we got all this brother sister talk, and we all family and this and that, distant cousins and neighbors and yada yada yada. When we have all these political issues and humanitarian issues taking place, like what is this? What is this arena really all about? What is it really all about? What is this? Enlighten me. You know, that's why I feel like this is really about pleasing the Creator indeed, and instead of trying to, you know, please one another or appease people. I get annoyed by a lot of things that I see out here. There's a lot of unscrupulous people uh, who are very disingenuous, and they're also like, yo, I'm just disgusted with a lot, man. Plain and simple, man. I'm very disgusted with what I see, what I hear, and I could, but I am open-minded and compassionate because I feel like a lot of what's taking place is due to what has happened to people in regards of trauma, being coerced or victimized in a sense. A lot of brothers are still fighting for their manhood, so they feel like grabbing on their parts or talking loud, trying to put more bass in their voice that, that's gonna help them to, like, I could have to say, establish reclamation and to, boost their manhood because of some of them have been done in, literally. And I have to say, if we have to fear to talk about these things and to confide in one another, then that just goes to show that we are going to be continuing to face degeneration, a degradation, because we're going to neglect, under the auspice of fear, we are neglecting our duties, which falls into omissions. Yeah. So I tell you, I'm gonna continue to get to my books. I'm gonna get to my writing, and yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna get to that. There's more that I wanted to touch on, but I got caught up and I'm in the moment, and it goes to show that I have to be more strategic. And I have more work to do, of course. No one's perfect. But lastly, let me say before I get off this video here, it's like, um, what can help to not only reconcile our differences, but what can help to generally resolve our problems. That's Yeah, resolve, generally resolve all across the board. Because it's awkward that we have all these religions, but yet we're not. We. I guess it's due to where I'm living. In fact, because I have more work to do, and as we all do, to become perfect. But well, who out there knows the truth? A lot of people. That's why we have debates, because my truth could be different from your truth, and now we may also have, as we do, egotistical issues out there, and that delves into the complexities of life. But we can neutralize all that just by being honest, by being earnest in our affairs, you know. And I see this is where integrity has a lot, and due diligence has to do a lot with the validity of who we are, what we stand for. Uh, time, time always tell, for the sun surely comes up and shines its light and seeketh everything and give life to all things. That's what the sun does. So there's a lot of things we need to put to the side. And I've said it thousands of times, and I'm gonna say it again, that we all need to find out who we are according to our paternal line, and focus on getting back to that tribe, and let the reset button be hit all over the world, because I know we're always gonna have the people versus the state, the government. You know what I mean? And I think that, yes, You know, I don't put it. I'm not trying to put it in a bad sense because look, man, there are people of all colors that put time into reading, and I'm gonna go into another video on that about the greatest exemplification of knowledge, and that's gonna be headline: the greatest exemplifications of knowledge. You know, there are a lot of people who put work in to know and master what they know and to uphold their integrities as men and women, you know, and to do their works day in and day out to preserve and sustain what they have established. That's beautiful. That's wonderful, man. But I would have to say if it's being uh, done with ill intent, well, then I guess there will be some sort of, as without a doubt, um, repudiation as to what has been, whatever convictions, will come out at the ends thereof, because the ends always justify the means. But yes, man, we surely got work to do, and it deals with a lot of complexities because I mean, but I like to keep things simple, and I keep saying it, but I'm really getting tired of this work, man. Like I don't get it. Numbers don't lie, and I'm sorry, man. But matter of fact, I'm not sorry, but I don't feel at all that if I have to join some kind of group or a group, in fact, that's of high stature, that I have to do something. No, like y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Because we got a lot of that going on out there, and it's still as existential as I said. I ain't getting down with that. I ain't getting down with that. And I suggest you coming up, yo. Hey, I'm really starting to get numb to a lot of things, man, because I put things out on video and it's like I can't even get a drop. I can't even get a word from nobody. I already said, yo, that come on, like, you mean to tell me my fellow brothers and sisters in the entertainment field, they can't do what they do without having to get involved with that wicked sexual deviant shit? You can't be the man that you are, the woman that you are, without having to engage in that, indulge. I also said, man, look how people be aging up in the Hollywood world. Like, I'm sorry, man. I felt like we have been believed that what may come out of the words of white people in particular on their concepts and narratives that it is what it is. No! Get the hell out of here. This is what, hey, this is it. You know what, man? That's exactly why a church body and confide in one another is very important on a weekly basis. Put everything out on that table because we supposed to have each other's back like we going to war. You hear me? Put that into consideration as to what's going on out here too. With all this continual interracial uh, marriages and whatnot, respectfully. how was the melanated living so degenerated when the melanated that could go on into any woman because we have the A negative, I mean the O negative or O positive blood group, which means we are enriching other blood groups that we continue to reap less where our recompense don't even show. So go ahead with all that sexing y'all doing out there. How your tribe looking? As a collective, how your family doing? Yeah, we got to, yeah, we really got done in, y'all. We got put into a mindset to, it's awkward though, like singularity. It's like we're together, but we're not. Because we're all here on earth, yet there's much singularity. That don't make you scratch your head, yo, I don't know. But I'm glad for what I'm learning and picking up. And yes, indeed, I would love to have children because not just because of what I'm learning, but I think every man and woman should want to have a child, yeah, kids, to continue to bear fruit. It's not just trying to fulfill what's said in the book. I mean, that's life, that's joy, legacy, covenants, and you know, ain't no man. Let me see, I have a daughter. Nah, not just because he look nice and he makes you laugh that you just gonna no. And this is why I'm beginning to I do give my all people respect, especially it's because we've been having this awkward fight for years or this rhetoric about black and white dynamics. Is that there are many white families out there that don't play that shit and they make sure like yo, what kind of investment do we have here? You, Tracy, you're going out with who? Okay, I want to know their name, this, that, and the third. They go in. They go in. So, but when it comes to us, y'all, a lot of us, yo, what is, yo, she got the body. Yo, that, he's doing him, and it's just boop, boop, back. So we enrich with the interracial marriages. We are enriching the woman. Matter of fact, I keep it real out there too. Is that there are white families, European families that adopt black children, feed them well, yeah, take good care of them. But that's an investment that's quite lifelong because that child is O negative or O positive. And what you think that child they don't get their checkups and go take their blood? Huh? You don't think they go to draw blood here and there? Being told to? But I gotta go into hematology now? I gotta go into that now? To show myself approved? Yo, I'm tired of this shit, man. It's like, yo, who am I trying to please? All right, so study to show myself approved. Okay, and then what? Because at the end of the day, as much as I would like to have a nice house and all of that, there's a lot of regrouping to do in the black community. And expulsion and exorcisms that need to take place. And regrouping, man. What the I'd rather do that, man. And I said it before, as far as it was taking place in the hood, but I know brothers been through a lot, sisters been through a lot, so they want that nice car, no matter what. But like I just said, man, we got to that state of singularity too, because it's like, damn, we got so self-absorbed, so self-righteous and whatnot, and now we just doing these things out here for what? Where I said, and I shared it with some elders when I was speaking some months back, like, yo, wouldn't it make sense, y'all, if we get more sensible and really start to nation build and be like, hey, look, young brother, young sister, let's put things out on the table, and this is which is really got to be done at home, you know. And you start to chart things and put it out like, okay, what is this car gonna do for me? Is it a utilitarian vehicle that's gonna help for the building of me and my people? Da 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 da. We investing in these Lexus and these Beamers. It's not even a goddamn investment. In fact, it's more like a goddamn liability. And so now we getting them for what? For what? To floss? To show like a status symbol? I would like to think that what if the hood? What if we say, hey, look, man, let's live below our means? Because first of all, we in the hood, but we still got it hard. Because there's a lot of things that go on in the hood that still seems unfair. But that's the bottom. And we want a lot, but we can't do good with a little. You follow me? Get what's in your budget. There ain't no need to floss. Because a lot of brothers and sisters in the hood got them fancy cars that be sounding like trash. And I'm sorry, but a lot of Mercedes shouldn't sound like that out there. Beamers shouldn't be sounding like some goddamn go-karts. Rotors screeching. Motors sound like like bubble water. Like, come on, man. So, we got work to do, y'all. We have to really prioritize things and, you know, hold each other accountable, of course, but mostly really be there for each other and to learn how to accept constructive criticism and to continue to confide in one another, as we should, in fact, confide in one another and really, have your strong circle. If the hood could be like, yo, you know what, I'm a downgrade to something that I know I can keep clean. Gas is affordable without no overheads, because the less overhead you have, when you have more to spend or save rather, oh, you're gonna feel good and look good behind it. Because I think one of the things that give us the most confidence is our financial status, undoubtedly. So, you know, trust me, take that into account and tie in some other things to that. You know what I mean? The clothes that we feel like we gotta buy. Listen, brothers, do you want a sister who have the nice car, the good job, but you go up in her spot, dirty, messy, she can't even cook? Sister, do you want a brother, look good, smell good, handsome, Tim's on, Beamer, Lex, house look like trash, don't even have proper hygiene, no? When I say smell good, I'm talking about the cologne. Because you'll dab all that cologne on, but you still functified under that. Because you're trying to, that's what a lot of people do. They trying to mask that scent. Or would you want to get someone that's like, yo, they don't got the biggest ride or whatever. They got a little Prius or a Corolla, but it's clean, bills paid, hygiene is sky high, clothes well kept, clean, creased, starched, got cooking skills, got reading and comprehension skills. Come on now. Come on now. But then what we got? We got where, well, I got a message there, my battery running low. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this off, man. Because I'm outside and I have to go a good way to get some charge from where I'm at right now. So, let me get ready, make my moves. But yeah, thanks a lot for your time and for checking in. And lastly, to close, I would have to say, like I said, man, if you have to live in fear, then so hey, address them fears constructively, constructively. I know there's a lot that we're dealing with, brothers and sisters. We can easily get inflamed. Our egos, our temper could get inflamed. And we ready to go upside somebody's head. But I'm gonna tell you right now that really it doesn't do no good. It doesn't pay off. Uh, we should look to enjoy our freedoms, whatever freedoms we have, to we establish more thereof, and our dependency. And you know, I give praises out to those who are looking to claim their sovereignty, but to be just. Yeah, be just. Drop all the fear, man. Kill the ego. Watch and see what happens. A lot of my brothers and sisters out there with the feminine spirit, not feminine, but the homosexual spirit. I said many times, and I said to spread the word. I said it, in fact, I said it just before I came to do this video. I said it on the bus when I was talking to people. I said, pray on the four corners of the earth. That's 12, 3, 6, and 9. Do so fervently. Pray to get that off for you in addition to some other things. Whatever it is you're looking to change in your life and perfect, okay? Do so fervently, day in and day out. Eat better. Don't worry about me, because that's what the devil going to do. Going to talk about what he talk about this. Well, look what he doing. I am on another level compared to others. I have more of an allowance, and you're going to understand that as you get more spiritual too. But yes, get that off of you, because it's unnatural. It's not needed. I got to get myself together. There's a lot of women out here. They may not like the whole polygamy thing. Even that, look, y'all don't even know how perverted things done got, because they play with that too. Y'all don't see what's taking place in America. Everything we try to do as far as us rising up, especially as black people, look what they're doing. Our our spirituality has been demonized and perverted. Polygamy, perverted. The rainbow that God created, perverted. Y'all don't see this shit? Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna be stressing out like that for people that are trying to keep preaching the word. It's gonna come a point where I'm gonna say, fuck you, and to hell with you. Whatever happens to your ass, happens. Because it is gonna be what it is for me. I ain't scared of nothing. There are some things that I hope for and pray on. I don't receive it, hey, it's what it is. But I look to see, I'm looking for it. And I got my means of working towards it. I'm not gonna be duped out here. That's the word. Four corners of the earth, north, east, southwest. That's 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. AM and PM. There's a lot of brothers and sisters out there that also debate on the fact that the timetable is wrong. And it possibly could be. As the book says, he will think to change times and laws. That's why I believe in what's golden? A clean heart. Through and through. A clean heart, which is attached to the mind. Yeah, they go together, inseparable. Keep a clean heart. Good, bright, green chakra. You're going to be all right. Don't be punked out here. Don't be fearing nothing. Rebuke and shun when need be. Because I don't like what's going on out here. I'm down to talk to anybody, anyone, but just come correct and respectful. Peace and love, y'all. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. Catch me on the next video.